Hey guys, so this is a really casual video. I have a scrunchie in my hair and my pajamas on. I do have a bra, so it's okay. But I thought I'd just sit and chat for a minute. Sorry if you can hear dinner in the background. I might have to get up and make dinner, so maybe we'll just turn into like a mukbang or whatever it's called. But I thought I would just talk to you guys about how I'm feeling at the minute. I haven't updated you guys on this in a while, and there's been a lot of changes. So I thought I would just make my move out a little bit. There we go. I thought I'd just talk about everything. Maybe I'll redo my hair because it's going to annoy me. I thought I'd talk to you guys about like how I'm feeling at the minute, and this may get emotional because I've just had a little bit of an emotion minute, but this is a really weird angle. Sorry, I just don't feel like holding my camera right now. So yeah, as you guys know, I'm going home, and when I decided to go home, I was not in a great place. I don't really want to talk about it. It's kind of like a lot of personal things are going on in my personal life, and I just didn't feel like talking about it much. So I was just not in a good place, like mentally, and I was really, really ready to come home. And if you guys remember, my host family that I'm with now said they don't need an au pair past the summer. And that really got to me because it's not like they were really, really good about it, and it's not like they were rude about it or anything, or like, we don't like you or whatever. They were so good about it. They said, stay as long as you need, blah, 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 blah. And I was so grateful for that. And that's not, like, that did affect me a little bit because it's like, oh, I was really relying on being able to stay here until the end of the year. And, I'm stressed about my stove now. But I think that just got to me a little bit more than I thought I did, and I struggled to find a family, which I didn't really talk about on here much. I did struggle to find a family, and I think, again, that was just really making me sad, because I need to go into the stove, sorry. Maybe this wasn't the best time to film this. Maybe I'll make my dinner and come back to you. Okay, we're back. I'm not even going to tell you what I'm having for dinner because I'm so embarrassed because it's Sunday and I've had a busy day. So, this pasta is also undercooked. In parts because I couldn't be bothered to wait for it. So, yeah, what was I? That's right. Okay. Yeah, so I think being like told that they didn't need me and, you know, being made redundant, I suppose that's a bit dramatic, but that's what it effectively was in a real job. If you're told you're no longer needed, you're made redundant. I think that just sort of like, I think it affected me more than I thought it did. I was kind of okay with it because I was like, well, I could have stayed in part of London and I'll have a different experience and all that, and I was like okay with it. And then it took me a while to find a family, and then I obviously didn't end up finding one. And by the end of June, I just knew that I knew that I was ready to come home. Now those emotions have gone, and they've been replaced with emotions of, I don't want to go home. I don't want to leave London. I honestly love London so much, and I have loved living here. I loved living out in Surrey. I loved living here in London, in Camden. I loved everything, and I honestly don't want to go. And like, you know, people say like, oh, you know, or like, you know, home is where my heart is. That's not true for me. My heart is in London. Honestly, I'm leaving a piece of my like being here. And that sounds so dramatic and like cliche, but it's genuinely how I feel. I genuinely feel like London is a place that I will think of with such fondness. I knew I was going to cry. And with such like, it's just like pulling on my heartstrings to think that I have to leave this amazing city, and these amazing friends that I've made, these amazing people that I've met. And I think, you know, it's been a bit of a journey for me because, you know, when I arrived here, I was pretty much fresh out of high school. You know, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with my life, and this was just sort of a time filler almost. And now I'm leaving, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do at university. I don't know what I want to do with my life. All I know is I want to be back here. And leaving, if the only thing in my life plan is to come back to London, then leaving is just impossible. And it's just, you know, one of those things I knew was coming, and I knew that I knew the leaving day was coming, and now that we're in August and like my friend Annabelle's gone and I'm like seeing a lot of people for the final time and doing a lot of things for the final time, I'm just very emotional about it. It sounds stupid, but like I have my final Primark trip this week, which I will vlog. Actually, will I? I don't know if I will vlog this week because I'm going to have so many videos to go up that I might take a week off of vlogging. But there'll still be videos, there's going to be heaps of content coming, don't even worry about it. I don't know, I just, yeah, to touch on what I said earlier, a few minutes ago, a minute ago or two, I arrived here fresh out of high school pretty much. I mean, I was about as fresh as you can get out of high school. And I had a goal, I had a life plan, I had a dream, I had everything that I wanted to do while I was here, and I wanted to travel the world, and I wanted to be a teacher, I wanted to be a special education teacher, and I wanted to change lives, and I wanted to do all that, and now I'm leaving. And the only thing that I know that I want from life is I want to be a nanny and I want to work in London. Like, genuinely, I have changed my perspective on life. Not my perspective on life, but like what I want to do with my life. Like, not necessarily so dramatically, it's not like a different field, but I've always wanted to be a teacher, I've always wanted to work with children, and I always thought I would be a teacher. And I always thought that nannying was kind of like something that I do like for a few years or while I'm in uni, but coming over here, being an au pair, which is effectively a nanny job, has really shown me that nannying is actually what I want to do. And, you know, I have no plan. And I think that's throwing me a little bit. You know, so many of my friends out of high school, I have no plan. And I was always that one person that was like, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I knew the uni I wanted to go to. I knew the degree I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to teach and how I wanted to teach it. And I knew that I wanted to travel the world and see all the things. And like all my friends were like, oh my goodness, like you just know what you want to do with your life. And now, after having this amazing, amazing experience, I'm going back to them with like nothing. Not nothing, but no plan. And that's scary. That's really scary. And I think it's just throwing me in. I don't know, I know that I will be back in London. It is my goal to be back in London. And that's how I'm feeling. That's the reality. Feeling a bit like overwhelmed with the thought of like actually having to go home. Like I'm excited to go home and see all my family and my friends and everyone. But there's a part of me that wants to stay here a little more than it wants to go home. So, yeah, that's my ramble, my semi-mukbang ramble, because I'm not telling you what I'm eating because I'm embarrassed. So I'm going to go enjoy my dinner and see you guys in my next video.